Speaker, I'd like to take this opportunity to underscore the anniversary of the Bloc. They have changed the names of 2 ridings. That's their main accomplishment. The members thought it was temporary, but today they say the longer we stay put, the fatter our pension. Many of them seem very pleased to be in Ottawa despite their failures. They will contribute to their pension benefit, collect their salary, and never have to make a decision. The leader of the Bloc at the time said his coalition would be temporary. Now, Mr. Speaker, the party with one mandate is celebrating 18 years. My dear Blockist, it's your turn to realize how impotent you are. Dear wealthy Blockist friends, times have changed, and you're just sitting on your salaries and pensions. Dear Blockist, it'll be your turn soon, and Quebecers will judge you on your lack of action. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mr. Speaker, once again the honourable member is carried away with speculation. We all understand in this incident that the former Minister of Foreign Affairs improperly left documents in an unclassified area. Those documents were returned. The department will undertake a full and professional review of the matter.
The honourable member.
All iteration of chambers of commerce, all of them are opposed to this. Does the Prime Minister realize that these cuts to regional economic development are the opposition is unanimous against him? The Right Honourable Prime Minister. Mr. Speaker, this is an interesting question from the Bloc, which for a long time has been opposed to any federal role in regional economic development programs in Quebec. The situation at Sarposa prison, that should remind members of this House the real danger that the Taliban forces pose, and obviously our allies and the Afghan government are working to take the corrective measures necessary.
Transfer is not being updated. We have no way of knowing how many are being transferred. Proper monitoring is simply not being done when detainees are transferred. There's cases of torture, sexual abuse, corruption, and now we've seen an escape on a major scale. Facility to keep Afghan detainees. Will the Prime Minister at least support this idea so that Canada can be sure to meet its obligations under international law?
I'll ask the NDP to explain the contradiction of wanting us out of Afghanistan, but also to build permanent Canadian institutions there. Mr. Speaker, the reality is, as I just said, there was a very serious security incident at the Sarposa prison. We're all aware of that, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, what that should remind everybody in this chamber of is how dangerous some of the people in that prison, some of these prisoners indeed are, indeed the danger of the Taliban that the local population and that our Canadian forces have to deal with every day. This should bring that appreciation to every member of this House, and we should support our Canadian forces.
The honourable member.
The Liberals want to ignore it, that's fine. They've been caught using a doctored tape, they've been caught misleading Canadians, and they've been caught falsely accusing the Prime Minister of this country of a crime, and we will see them in court.
He's a member of the Cabinet that will make the appointment. Doesn't his Lordship see a conflict?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker,
Order.
I know that the former Minister of Justice is doing an excellent job as President of the Treasury. Secondly, Mr. Speaker, literally everything in that question is complete nonsense, and I guess shows to what degree the Liberal Party will go to avoid any discussion about the economy and their plans to impose a new tax on everything.
Is changing in Canada, and our demographics are changing dramatically as well. We see certain sectors of our economy struggling, while other sectors are booming, with labour shortages in almost every region of the country. Clearly, we need to prepare our young people to become the highly skilled and flexible workforce that will be critical to Canada's economic success in the coming years. Mr. Speaker, last week the OECD released a report on jobs and youth. Can the Minister of Human Resources tell us how Canada compares to other countries with respect to training and education for youth, and what our government is doing to further advance these critical issues?
Good question.
I want to thank my friend for the excellent question. Apparently he himself was once a young person, and we appreciate the question. Mr. Speaker, the fact is the OECD did laud Canada for its efforts to help young people enter the workforce. Today they are employed at record levels. The incidence of long-term unemployment is at record lows, Mr. Speaker. And the good news is that in the future, because of the new Canada Student Grant,
No student in the future will ever have to be denied the chance to go into college, tech school, or university, Mr. Speaker. This government is getting the job done.